everybody. Welcome to another episode of According to Michelle's. And I am here again with another lovely guest for episode 4 of the Summit, the Women's Month edition. I'm telling you, we have had some lovely women on my platform, and this one is just as good as everybody else. Even though she's the last one, she's not the least. And so I have a question for everybody. Do you have that girlfriend that when you want to go hang out, that name you'd have to always dial her number? Or if you have a girls trip plan, you can't plan that trip without her? Well, my guest fall under that category, ladies and gentlemen. She is that girlfriend that you need to have for your girls trip. I like her energy. I like her vibes. She's a good person to hang out with. And I'm telling you, I had to have her on my platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome with me, Ammesha Brown.
Hey. So you're telling everybody that I'm the life of the party?
Yes, I found you to be the life of the party.
Other persons will tell you otherwise, because if you find me out, I'm finding a place to sleep.
Well, you made an impression on me the first time we met. So
I know,
and
right?
then I started following you and I said, you know what, this young lady is somebody that you definitely have to have on your girls' trip, even if you want to sleep.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, Ammesha,
Sure.
how are you?
I am good. Glad to see you.
Awesome. So introduce yourself to my audience.
So, Ammesha, oh Lord, I get asked this question too often, and my answers may not be all be the same on, based on how I'm feeling. But as you said, I'm someone you always want around. I'm definitely that friend that you can count on. I just love I love my friends, and I think I am someone who is passionate about almost anything that I'm doing. So that's basically me in a nutshell. I'm always talking, always looking to have a discussion. But what I can definitely say is that what you see is what you get. I'm genuine, and I believe I'm definitely somebody that you will want to be around.
Awesome. And I agree to that. I agree. Check.
Oh Lord.
So, Ammesha, in the mornings when you get up, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? What's the first thing you want to try and tackle? So, how would you complete this sentence? In the morning, I wake up and
I try to think I want to work out.
But you try to think about working out.
Yeah, that is the first thing that I find myself thinking about these days. Most times I'm defeated by that spirit of laziness. But sometimes I do get it done. It's the first thing that comes to mind. I normally do have my devotion, but that is normally after I try and get the workout out of the way. But yeah.
Awesome. So in addition to your workout videos that I've seen your desire for these juices. Tell us all about that. You'll be always doing all these juices, the one for the immune system, the one for the this, the one for the that. I'm like, this girl needs to maybe open a line or something with her juice.
No, not at all. I'm just learning. And this came about after that November trip. When we were at what was it? Bahia Principe, right?
Okay.
And I kind of started having like acid reflux. So my doctor was talking to me about it, and the pharmacist was saying, "Oh, you need to change your lifestyle." So I'm like, wow, I can't believe I've gotten to this point. So I started researching and trying to find ways of detoxing and balancing out some of the food that I eat or consume. So I started trying the juices. I do it at least once per week. I might do it more, but why it takes it takes a lot of commitment and
Mhm.
time and effort. But I'm still learning. I can't give like a sound advice on it,
Mhm.
but I do believe it comes with a whole lot of benefits. And
Okay.
if persons out there are interested in juicing, or just trying to find something that will give you that kick that a regular sweet juice or whatever will give you, then trying your natural juices is definitely, or mixing fruits and some other stuff together is definitely the way to go, especially when you add your turmeric and your ginger
Mhm.
and your beetroot and all of that and your spinach and all of that. It's not so bad, especially when you pair it with the correct fruits.
Fruits, right?
It can taste good.
Awesome. So have you seen the change? Katie, you had acid reflux going on. Have you seen the
Yeah,
changes?
definitely. I have. I normally, as soon as I eat something, and just normally feel off. Um, but no, I have sort of overall how I eat, and that has definitely reduced the flare up or the sensation that I would get.
Mhm.
So I do believe it's working. So sometimes now I eliminate um a complete day of grease and just do a green smoothie in the morning, another shake at lunchtime, and then some nuts in between. So at least I get a little
The
bit of
healthy fats.
protein and right. Oh, you know it as healthy fats. At least you know
Yeah,
more than
because
I
they
do.
always said
I'm
nuts.
still
The nuts
learning.
has the I don't want to speak on it because
Yeah, but you're
in a minute
correct.
know that I've talked about it, but I know that peanuts have the more healthier category of fats. So
And I don't necessarily like peanuts. I'll
or
eat
whichever nuts.
cashew or almond, or yeah. I'm not a
Mhm.
peanut person.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. But
Awesome.
yeah, so
Awesome.
you'll definitely be seeing more of me doing that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, because you get me fascinated. I mean, Mikey, I still haven't tried any, but
What?
just but,
You need to trust me.
but if
You
I
need
must be
to.
honest, but I always watch and I eat and I say, and then you know what? Honestly, low key. My issue is I'm not home, and so I just think in my mind,
So which
the
part you get
vegetables
tempted?
and stuff at home tend to be better for me. I don't know if I'm
Oh,
speaking
oh my God.
bad or whatever. I mean,
I feel
I need
you.
to get outside. I guess maybe I need to just shop in the organic aisle and
Well,
then
yeah, for
and
me,
then
it is also like a budget thing. So I try to live within a particular budget.
right. And then
So
like
most
home, you can always do backyard gardening.
right. But you
Right.
can
So you
use
can
what you get.
always I I don't have no backyard when we live, miss. I live
You
on the
put it,
third floor, miss.
well, do you have
But
a
then you know
balcony?
what? I have a girlfriend who talks about indoor planting. She
Yeah.
came on, I should do indoor planting. And I really came close to at least entertain the idea, but I never did.
Trust me, you just want to start and then you flourish, because that's how I started. I started in COVID. It was like a COVID project with me and my
Mhm.
backyard garden, and then it moved into the plants. And now I have so many plants, and they are literally my kids.
Awesome.
So it's
So
just
you
to
discovered
start.
through COVID your green thumb, or you always knew you had a green thumb?
No man, it's since COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, since COVID, because then I literally sat down and I started doing all of this research, putting together a spreadsheet to say, this is when you're supposed to harvest this plant, um, and so forth. So I've invested so much. I've invested in a gardener. I've invested in equipment. So this is something that I knew I always wanted to do, but
Mhm.
then didn't actually do it. So when I started, it became something that I, felt so comfortable. I knew that this is definitely something that I want to continue doing. because of the feeling. And then, you just feel purposeful
with the
seeing,
plants, yeah.
right, planting and seeing them grow and then harvesting. And even with the flowers and the regular plants that you can't eat, just how they look, the greenery, it gives you that calm. It puts you in a mood, especially when they're doing so well.
Right, right. So, do you have a big garden, small? What's going on with that?
So
Because I know you'll be taking pictures and
yes,
hurting my
and it
feelings
looked
in
like
this
it been
winter.
done.
Snow out the door,
Yeah.
I see these lovely roses.
No, I actually don't. So the space that we were before, it was a townhouse. So we had backyard, but it was like a big thing. And then we, of course, have the front. So all of that space was utilized. We got like planter boxes and we put stuff in there. But since, the temporary move, everything is now downsized. I'm at a space, but it's a shared space with my parents because we were doing renovations. So we're jamming here for a few. So when we do move into our space now, it's gonna be a completely bigger space.
Right.
So we will have a bigger backyard and of course a bigger front yard to have more plants.
Right. You just
and
get to
take
spread
plant-
out.
For sure. For sure. That is what I can't wait to do. The whole landscaping and planting more veggies and planting more plants.
Awesome, awesome. So you see, a lot of persons discovered talents during the time when we had that lockdown, and for you, it was
Yeah.
your green thumb.
For me, it
Kudos.
was useful. I guess maybe your mindset shift and all of that. So I never really mind the lockdown. It was annoying a bit because you can't get to move about and do things how you would normally without the constraint of time. But then for being locked down for me, it really didn't matter because I found stuff to do and I don't know. For me, that was useful and I get to know myself more.
Self-discovery. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your career. What led to your decision for your career path? And I know you're influential in your community. So tell us a little bit about your influence also in your community.
So I do marketing now. I actually studied international relations. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to become a lawyer. In the back of my head, maybe I still do. Who knows what will happen? I'm still young. So yeah, I was studying at UE and then I started an internship at a fashion agency. And it was mainly like production and events. And then from there, I got referred to another events company. And from that events company to another events company. And, I was in the financial industry as, typically how you start as a customer service rep and then you work your way up. So that has been my path for some time until I started doing marketing. So it's something that I found myself interested in. And then it perhaps would have been because of things that I would volunteer, like volunteer organization, Rotary. And then there was this one called Jamaica Association of Professionals. Sorry, it's Jamaica Young Association of Professionals. I may not get that right, but hey, that was quite a couple years ago. Right. So, I was doing like PR and marketing for them and planning events. And then I'm like, oh, this is definitely something I see myself doing. So I started doing marketing for one company and then I moved on to the next. and then I'm here. So I'm a marketing professional. I enjoy marketing.
Awesome.
I also enjoy doing events management. It's something that I am passionate about, but I haven't done a lot of it in recent times. As well as project management. I started project management, and I plan to pair both project management and marketing,
Mhm.
because those two for me are very critical. Project management and marketing, managing your projects. That's something that I'm interested in.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. So you mentioned the Rotaract. Tell us about that, because I remember seeing you, just out and about with them, and we're gonna talk about Dubai, but I also noticed that when you went to Dubai, you connected with them. So how was
All
that part
right.
of that experience internationally with the Rotaract? And just tell us about, some of what you do
So
in Jamaica.
yeah. So for your listeners or viewers who may not know, Rotaract is a part of Rotary. So I'm in Rotary. However, Rotaract is what we call the young professional arm of Rotary.
Okay.
I'm currently the president for my Rotary Club of St. Andrew, 55 years. Well, not for 55 years, but the club has been around for 55
5
years.
years. Mhm.
So I joined Rotaract when I was at UE, and then moved to a community-based Rotaract club, which is St. Andrew. And then from there, I was also president for my Rotaract club. And from there, from that Rotaract club to Rotary, which I'm now president for. So it is a way for me to give back to my community. I've always been passionate about outreach. I've done outreach from high school, participating in SFA and other activities, SFA, Sixth Form Association. Right. And prior to that, I was always participating in outreach activities, and it was natural for me to continue. If I'm not doing that, there's like this huge void that you should be doing some sort of service project or participating in um that industry. I've always found myself in a program, and don't I don't know where this passion comes from. I don't want to say I don't know why I'm so passionate about it. It's really just that I have a genuine
All
um, care for persons who are not able to, afford basic needs or able to survive. It's just a natural instinct for me to want to assist, want to mobilize, want to advocate. That's something that I'm also passionate about. Advocating for persons who are, considered or left behind, or were vulnerable. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So when you met those persons in Dubai, was it like for a particular meeting, or you just went just to see what they're doing? What was that about?
So I was on vacation. My husband is in Dubai for work. So he's been away since last year, October. So that is pretty long. And Dubai is somewhere I've never been. I've always wanted to go.
Mhm.
So we decided, I'd visit for vacation. So I was there with him, and I participated in group activities with him and him team.
Mhm.
But we were really, well, I was there to sightsee and
Mhm.
just to expose myself and see what Dubai has to offer. But it was really a good trip. Let me tell you, if I was offered a job in Dubai, I'd go.
Right, right.
Because it gives you a certain level of opportunity that you don't see every day, especially in our current situation here. Um, we're craving more, and you can get that in that
Environment.
situation. And
Mm.
I mean, grab it. And there's a whole lot of opportunities there for Jamaicans. So that's something for persons to consider. They can go there and teach. Um, they can go there and basically do anything. It's
Mhm.
wide open. When I was there, I saw a lot of persons from Africa, Asia, all over. A lot of persons working there, and I mean, I know some persons might have a view that they are strict because of their religious belief, but they aren't. Yeah, that's not the case. You can be yourself and practice whatever it is that you're practicing. So don't be disheartened by that. Uh, Dubai right now is a place that is wide open and the opportunities are there. So persons should gravitate, myself included, if that opportunity ever comes up, of course.
Mhm.
Um, but I always tell persons that when you travel and experience these different cultures, it it is it blows your mind, especially when a country is so developed, when they're so innovative. And sometimes you want to do away with the hustle and all of that for a, a life where you actually get things done, and it's easier and it's progressive, and it's far less hassling. So that's my take on Dubai. They invest a whole lot in their people, in their tourism. Everything for them is tourism. And they've packaged it so interesting that um, you feel like you experience something, and then you instantly feel like this entire thing is worth it,
Mm.
because the details that has gone into whatever it is that they're doing is just beyond anything that I've witnessed.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the
So you
reason why my
basically, oh,
husband is
sorry.
there now is because of this World Expo that is called
Mhm.
Dubai, or Expo Dubai 2020. And the level of innovation with that expo is just crazy. They've created an entire city for the expo, built apartments, built these huge infrastructures, and
Mhm.
countries from all over is there advertising. And I mean, it's just this huge fanfare. I've never seen that before. I've never witnessed that before. So of course I'm
Mhm.
amazed. And that sort of innovation and development is something that I see myself being a part of and want to be a part of. So,
Mhm.
if I get the opportunity to go back, I'm definitely taking it.
So the part when I saw you, because ladies and gentlemen, I saw Dubai through her eyes, and I was
Mm,
intrigued and fascinated. I've seen other people, and I'm not saying that their pictures of Dubai was a fake story, but just I guess because I know Amisha, and she seemed to be basically liking some of the stuff that I like. So through her eyes, I saw Dubai, and then because she went around with her husband to the different things for the expo, and she showed us the different things. I'm like, cool, wow. And so on. So
yeah,
you just basically stumbled upon the Rotary group then. It was not, you didn't have a meeting there
right.
or so.
No.
It was
So
just a,
he
oh, okay.
told me about it and then took me there.
Oh, okay.
And of course, I had to go and see what they were doing. And I'm just impressed that they are actually there. I mean, the entire world is there.
Right,
Different
right.
companies, big companies like Pepsi and Holy fuck companies are there? I can't even remember, but
Tell us
everybody's
about that trip through the desert. No, desert is the food. Desert. Desert. That trip through the desert. Describe that for me. I'm still blown away from the images of that
Oh,
trip.
so, I from the videos you saw, I was not prepared for the first activity, which is called dune bashing. So we're there dune bashing.
Dune. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're there waiting and waiting on the whoever is organizing to pick us up. Eventually he comes. Because there are other persons there that they were taken down or to wherever. Get in the car, and then the car, well, not a car, it's like we call a Prada, no,
A
a
Jeep.
van or whatever.
Okay.
Then the van goes. So that is dune bashing. Like they were riding the sand and the sand steep and you go up, and so you're seeing the video, but you're actually not fully seeing what we're going through because the van is going like this, whoop, and down and yeah, so that was crazy.
So it's like a moving roller coaster.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And I'm like, no, I did not know I was doing this, or I didn't understand what it was.
So if anybody's going to Dubai and going to go dune bashing, go with an empty stomach.
Yeah, that is for sure. Because then, so they saw us eating the chips and never even say anything. I'm like, oh my God. It's a good thing I never vomit.
Oh, okay.
But it felt, I got the sensation, and I'm like, oh my God, please make this stop. But next time I'll know how to prepare. So we did the camel ride.
I was just gonna ask you about the camel ride too.
Yeah, that one is a little bit scary because
it was.
Oh my gosh, it's not as simple as people make it seem. Okay,
oh, really?
You've got to ensure that you're holding on to the thing that they put on the camel so you don't fall and bust your face. Because the camel is tall, and when they bend down or stoop or whatever, so you can hop on, it's like the foot come under and then come under again, so you're literally jerking up.
So like you're basically standing like how high? Like 7 feet off the ground?
A good length, yeah. A good height. Yeah. So you have to ensure you hold on properly, and hopefully the camel not fling you off or anything like that.
Really?
Or you just decide to go drop plop.
So that has happened where the camels just throw people off?
I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Wow. Because I've seen people, like, I've had friends who have gone to Egypt and they do the camera and it looks like it's a blast.
Yeah, man. Once you're holding on properly and you take that quick photo, it tells you a whole lot. But it was fun. It's just that, you have to be careful with that one.
So what was your best part of the whole trip to Dubai?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know. We rode what was that called? The bike thing. We did that. We did the Falcon, took photos with the Falcon. And I think that's their symbol in UAE.
Oh, okay.
Falcon.
I like that garden. I think you went to the Emirates garden.
Oh my God. Yeah, that one was my best experience. And we didn't get to go to all the places that we were supposed to, because we were supposed to go to Abu Dhabi, Museum of the Future, the gold souk where you could buy any gold. We didn't get to do that because the day that we selected to go, I think they weren't opening early because of prior.
Oh,
So
okay.
their religious thing, they have
Mm-hmm.
sessions or a time slot for prayer. So it would have been too late, and I was coming back early
That
Saturday
day.
morning.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So yeah, that was out of it. So oh my gosh, the Miracle Garden is breathtaking.
Mm-hmm.
It blew me away because of the design, the things that it featured, the flowers, how well manicured it is, and just the endless of um just the endless of amount of plants and things that is within the Miracle Garden.
Right.
Yeah, we have nothing close to it. I have not seen anything close to it, and I'm so happy I went.
So do you
Yeah,
think that they take flora and fauna from different parts of the world to put
I'm
that
not
together?
sure, but
Okay.
I'm sure they would have to because it's a desert, right?
Mm.
Um, but they do their thing properly. You know, they
Mm.
maintain it because a sun out there and them sun hot. It's not a
Wow.
normal sun. Not even saying heat or anything, them sun different.
The sun is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Miracle Garden, it was just endless in terms of the beauty of it. The design, and you saw characters like oh gosh, the genie. A whole heap of characters were there. Like they dressed it up with plants and
Mhm.
with flowers and all
I
of
saw
that.
the Emirates plane. So I
Yes,
thought it
oh
was the
my
Emirates
God.
garden because I saw the Emirates plane
Yeah,
all
like
filled with
it's
flowers and stuff.
right. Like the flowers grow over it. So you
Right.
saw a whole lot of that. And then what the main photo that they use to advertise is this photo with a lady like posing like this. That was just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I also went to what they have called the Global Village, similar to the expo, because the expo runs for 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Global Village is something that happens in Dubai, and with the expo is every 5 years, and it goes to different countries, so it's not exclusive to Dubai because it's called the World Expo. The next one is in Osaka. They have something called the Global Village. Similar setup in terms of you have countries from all across the world at the Global Village. You can go there. It's like a flea market. It's that
Mm-hmm.
sort of setting. It's like a fair. What they call a fair. They have rides there. They have food display. They have cultural display. You can buy things from all of the countries, like
Mm-hmm.
clothing, textile, spice. We got a whole lot of spice from India, nuts from Afghanistan, and of course, your raw share from Africa and all of the oils. Yeah, it was just a melting pot of everything that's in
Everything.
the world. And I'm like, this is amazing because they have this setup that apparently runs for the same 6 months. I think between September to April. Yeah. So if you're going to Dubai, you'd want to be traveling between that time because then you can
Okay.
get to
You
visit
sound like an advocate.
oh yeah, man.
They
No
need
man,
to cut you a check.
it is something I think persons should experience because they are celebrating 50 years
That's just
this
I
year.
heard that they're celebrating 50
Right.
years.
And when you look at where they're coming from,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be amazed and you have to, want to know how is it that they've managed their resources so well to ensure that, when you come to the UAE, you feel like you're in a country that is just they just know their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They are, I mean, I never, you know, when you come off of the plane and you drive come home at Jamaica, you kind of see certain things. You don't see that in Dubai. Or I can't speak for the other province, that's what they call it. Um, but you know, it's different, it's developed,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's highly developed, and you just have to be very amazed at how far they've come. um and they're only just celebrating 50 years. When you see the photo of them at that time, way that time years ago, to where they are, when they talk about like logistics and trade and all of that, and you know, ICT, you have to listen. What I found interesting is they have different cities focus on different things. Like there is the ICT city. There is let's say they have something called Garden City as well. So you know that is heavily plant based or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Horticulture.
right, and they have like the agricultural city and also, and I'm like, you know, this is truly innovation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a country that knows how to use your resources. So any progressive young person or older folks who is looking for that sort of environment, that's definitely somewhere that they can consider.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. So you've traveled to the other side of the world and back.
Right,
And
yeah.
you've explored all the stuff, as you said, it relates to volunteering, that inner part of you that want to give back. So, and as we've been just talking about your journey, if you should look back and talk to that young lady, that younger version of you, let's say at the age of 15, in that St. Hugh's uniform. Shout out to the girls of your St. Hugh's High School.
Oh
Whoop, whoop.
yes, sure.
What would you tell that 15-year-old girl? What words of wisdom,
um
or what would you say to her?
Focus on yourself, you know, focus on you and build your confidence. Yeah, because that's important to me now. Establishing who I am, investing and pouring into myself. I'm doing more of that now, and that's something I think my younger self would have benefited from if I was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, so I tell my younger self to, yeah, think about you, put your energy and time and focus on building yourself.
Awesome, awesome. And then you said earlier that that 15-year-old girl was thinking about law, but now you're in marketing. So that's awesome. You can't close your door on that. You never can tell. You may
Yeah,
always go
I
back to
mean,
that.
in
Yeah.
in recent times I've thought about it, I've spoken about it.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, you know, my husband is a lawyer. He's
Oh, he is.
non-practicing. Yeah, he's non-practicing in Jamaica though.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like in
Called to the bar in
engineering or
Canada.
something.
No,
Oh, okay. Cool. Awesome.
no.
Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Brown. So, Miss Amisha, thank you so much for coming in and just sharing a little bit of your life's journey with us.
No
However,
problem.
before we go, I got two more questions for you. All
What?
right? Yes. So, the first of the two would be, what words of encouragement you would want to share with the women in our audience, or just in general, any the person watching this episode, what words of advice or wisdom you'd want to leave with them, from your life's journey, adulting.
Wow. You know, for me, what I would say is, Take time with yourself and know that every struggle there is a victory that is coming. And it's never the end when you stumble on, you know, an issue or a problem, because there's more when you cross the finish line. So you're never done, and life continues. Because I can say that I've come to that conclusion so many times, and I'm still here, and I'm doing better than how I was yesterday or the year before, the years before. So your issue now is not what is going to break you, but just to be steadfast and hold on and be encouraged that there's a bigger purpose for yourself, and everything in time. So just be patient, take time with yourself, and just realize that there are greater things for you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's drink to that. Greater await. Yes.
Cheers. What is that?
It's grape juice. It's like a Jewish.
You tell me about drink. I am gonna get hard liquor.
No, it's actually alcoholic, but it's of a Jewish person.
All right, we talked about and I'm feeling sleepy already.
As we talked about traveling, I remember one of your posts talked about promising yourself, to travel more and stuff like that. So if you had a bucket list, if you believe in something like that, what would be some of the places you'd put on that list for traveling, and for the next whether near future, distant future?
Near future. We are speaking it into being.
Mm-hmm.
So on my list is Ghana, South Africa.
Me too.
Switzerland.
Oh, really?
Yes. I want to fall asleep in Switzerland. I want to roll around on the mountainside in Switzerland. Yes.
Wow.
St. Lucia, because we were supposed to go to St. Lucia for our honeymoon, but didn't get to. Cuba, of course.
Okay.
Paris, France, yes. That is still there. And there is one more, Singapore.
Oh, okay. So I have two. Let me see. You have two countries that I want. You had South Africa and St. Lucia.
These are two places.
You said Ghana, but I wasn't thinking Ghana. I was more thinking doing like an African trip. They would have taken into South Africa. I think Tanzania. Tanzania has always been one country that I wanted to be. Egypt, and I definitely want to go to Dubai and stuff. So I'll figure out when that time comes how to tie all of that together. But yeah, but for me, my forever ever list has always been Australia. Like, oh, you want to roll in Switzerland? I want to roll in Australia every time.
Roll in Australia for a big.
Yeah, I just don't know why. I just always two countries growing up, going to England and Australia. And then I did get a chance to go to England, but I've not been to Australia, so that's been on my list forever. Australia, my dream vacation.
Why?
No, down under, the kangaroos, that opera house. I want to go down to that opera house. I think it's in Sydney, right on the ocean, right on that lake or ocean or whatever it is.
That is too far for me to travel to.
Beautiful music coming up.
Wow. Australia. Not that I have.
When I reach South Africa, just jump over there, because I think from South Africa it's easier.
Yeah, you could do that, exactly, because that's more than 24 hours worth of traveling.
Right. So, you see, ladies and gentlemen, that's my friend. You see what I'm telling you about? Yes. We got similar tastes and stuff like that. She loves to travel like myself. And I'm not, I love juices, but I'm not been doing much of that. So she talked about that earlier. And her heart of giving to mankind. And I just wanted to raise my glass just to say all the best in your presidency, first of all, as the Rotary
Thank
president
you.
of St.
Thank
Andrew.
you. I need
And may
it.
all the plans and everything that you've been planning come through. And those travel trips and those gardening tips and all those different things that you're going to do in your journey of life, may everything fall in place. And also for your marriage. I know the anniversary is past, but happy anniversary. And may you have many, many more anniversaries. May God continue to bless you. And may
Oh,
you have
yes.
many, many little Mr. and Mrs. Browns running up and down.
Wow. Cheers to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Cheers to you for putting this together. This was a wonderful conversation and I enjoyed it. You're driven in your purpose to allow us to share our stories. So
yes,
I really
I really wanted to create a platform where I can share positivity and I have so many friends and you ask people, but even though you get some no's, I keep checking on other people and I get the yeses and I work with the yeses. I will work with the yeses. Sometimes with the yeses, you have to change dates and readjust, but I keep going and see, like our interview. We finally came together.
I actually wish I could take a page out of your book in terms of just getting some of these things that I'm passionate about or want to do, just going at it and go for it and get it done.
Right. In your own way, you're doing that because with your gardening and your juicy,
but there's so much more.
I know, but just start with one thing. Just start with one thing, whichever one is it, because there's so much things to in my little book I want to try and tackle. But I just keep pressing on with this and keep pressing on. And as I said, when I get the no's, I just say thank you. Thank you so much. I keep moving on. And when I get the yeses, I say, okay, thank you so much. And we organize. And sometimes we have to reschedule. Like in your case, we had to reschedule so many times. But then I'm happy that it really finally came to maturity. And I'm just, just keep going with it.
For the benefit of your viewers, they must know that your positive attitude is not just you alone. It's the same thing with Allison.
Oh, okay.
And I've always wondered, how is it that you can be so composed and so positive about every darn thing, even when it is falling apart? I mean, persons say I'm like that, but I want to take it to a different level.
Oh, really? Because I was like, wow, this is another person similar to me when I met you that one time. And just the way you looked at things and guys, she lives in the moment. I mean, she
half as much as Uno though. Take it to a different level.
Me and Allison.
Yes. You take it to a different level, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how they do that.
But it's like I need to bring Allison on here. We talk about it.
Like, how do you maintain that? Like, nothing negative comes from you, and it's the same thing from Allison. Like, there's always a positive spin to all of the foolishness.
And the negativity does come, but you just choose to repel it and just figure out something. For me, that's how I tackle it. Just
same thing.
Figure out. And it's most of the time I draw on the Bible because that's that's our base from what our parents taught us. Or if I had something humor in it and laugh. Allison don't laugh more than me, but just find something humorous out of it, or just figure it out, just find the positive angle to it. And that's why I did my channel, because I thought that, just giving persons an opportunity to see something positive. Who does a whole birthday party on a channel? Nobody but me.
Yo, you are correct. No, I think the world needs more Shelly.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely, trust me.
Awesome, awesome. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I came to an interview, Ammesha. She turned around and interviewing me, and my last guest did the same thing too. So the both of you are onto something.
It's a serious
She
thing.
turned around and was asking me a couple questions too at the end of the actual interview, and I'm appreciative of that. You know, just you just asking me stuff. And we just wanted to say you have a good day, everybody. Enjoy life, whatever scope you find yourself in. Just put the best foot forward, the best smile, and just remember to take care of you. It's only one
Yes,
you. God bless you. And Ammesha and I, we love you. Thank you for joining
so
me today,
much.
guys. Have a great rest of your day. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.